charanarvindam. Tavaivasmi, tavaivasmi, na jivami tam vina, iti vidyaya radhe, tam nayamam charanartike. First I offer my unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Asto to the Sat Srimati Syamarani Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Asto to the Sat Srimati Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti began Bharati Goswami Maharaj, to our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti began Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, to all of his divine associates and all the assembled devotees. And welcome to everybody, old friends and new friends. Thank you for clapping that I got the Sakritis of wearing the garland, and so could help me advance for the future. So we just completed Friday through Monday a 4-day festival honoring the appearance day of our Shiksha Guru, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Stotra Sat Srimati Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and also the disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Vedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaj. The appearance and disappearance days of pure devotees, especially Sri Guru, are the same because they both afford us an opportunity, an empowered opportunity to remember them and thus make advancement in bhakti, and then oppositely, forgetting them, especially on that day, brings inauspiciousness and invites obstacles. So for the purpose of advancing by their mercy, we're honoring them on their day. So there were many speakers over the 4-day period, and especially on the last day, which was Srila Gurudev's direct appearance day, there were about 25 speakers. So a few weren't heard by the assembled devotees. And one of them was Rasik Mohan Prabhu, who needed to leave early, and so he's kind enough to come tonight and speak about his remembrances with Srila Gurudev and some of Guru Tattva. So kindly.
I want to have a nice quote of Srila Gurudev that we're transcribing today, so I also wanted to share that. So, like 20 minutes, yeah?
20 minutes what?
20 minutes?
As you like. There's not a ton of people speaking. And I hope Ishan Prabhu has been meditating and will speak afterwards.
Rasik Prabhu ki!
Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Sevakunj Praje Ramye Govardhani Giro Sada Radha Kunde Rasanande Tat Tat Seva Pradayakam Gurum Narayanakam Tam Vande Vinoda Pristakam Yat Padasmriti Matrena Damodara Prasaditi Aho bhagyam Nanda Gopa Prajokasam Yanmitram Paramanandam Purnam Brahma Sanatanam Shyama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Smiraha Samurali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charanam Kinkarim Karu Bhajami Radham Aravindanetram Smarami Radham Madhura Smitasyam Vadami Radham Karuna Paradram Tato Mamanyasti Gatirna Kapi Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Srila Gurudeva ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Samasta Rupanuga Gauri Guru Varga ki, Gaurnitananda Prabhu ki, Shri Sevakunj ki, Jaya Samasta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Jaya Shri Shyam Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams to respected Syamarani Mataji. Please accept my dandavat pranams, offering my prostrated obeisance to most beloved Gurupada Padma Param Aradyatam Astotar Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, to all our Guru Varga, to all respected Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, to all assembled, please accept my obeisance. Hare Krishna. For many months I've been watching the beautiful programs, ecstatic devotees here, so I'm so honored to have a chance to witness directly, and see such a beautiful kunj manifesting. Jaistan Vaishnav, Sestan Vrindavan. Vrindavan is where the devotees are present with love. We see who is present here. This is coming from the heart of Sri Guru and Vaishnavas, Srila Gurudev's heart. How does Gurudev's heart manifest in this world? Through his vessels of the devotees who are like the flutes of Sri Krishna, spreading his message, unadulterated as it is. So we see how that is one of our very beloved teachers here. I know you won't want to hear your praise, but extremely dear, lifelong, unalloyed servant of our Guru Varga, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, and so many Vaishnavas. Such a beautiful center manifesting here. So we've been observing the appearance of Srila Gurudev, and by the request of my seniors, I will try to share a few words, some recollection, some remembrance. This is supremely auspicious to remember. Krishna says, Man mana bhava, think of me. We were learning this verse there, remembering this verse, how Krishna says, the devotee of my devotee is my factual devotee. We cannot approach the Supreme Lord Krishna unless we take shelter of His beloveds, His dear ones, who've come to this world. So our Srila Gurudev, as we understand by scripture, by the devotees, and by all the symptoms of his own personality, showcasing the pure nature of a saintly person, our Srila Gurudev is none other than an associate of the Supreme Lord, Shri Radha, Shri Krishna. And he has come to this world upon their order, upon their instruction. The karma bandhanam janma vaishnavanam chavidyate. The pure devotee is very rare in this world. By supreme good fortune, we come into the association of such a pure devotee, messenger of the Supreme Lord. They are not bound by the laws of karma, fruitive action and reaction, because they are always in the service of Sri Krishna, under his shelter and guidance. They themselves are transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam evam yogeti tattvata tyaktva deha punara janma neti mam eti swarjuna. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, those who understand my transcendental activities and glories, and those of my devotees, they will not take repeated birth and death in samsara, material existence. They will come to my eternal abode. So therefore we are hearing about the activities of Sri Guru. Mahad vichalanam rinam grihinam dina chetasam. They come to us. We're so fortunate. They come to this world to help us realize our true spiritual nature, that we are Atman, we are the soul, we are not this body. But what is the nature of the soul? What is the quality of the soul? What is the shape and form of the soul? We are not void. The spiritual reality is not less than the material reality. It's more dynamic. That world is more real than this world. So therefore, Sri Guru comes and he teaches us, you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are the soul. And how can you come to that reality of the Atma in the spiritual realm, in its highest potential? The Uttam Bhagavat, the pure devotee, sees our best selves and encourages that. Sarva bhuteshu ya pasyat bhagavat bhavam atmana. Bhutani bhagavatyatmanyesha bhagavat uttama. The pure devotee does not see our material condition. They see within our heart the soul and its highest potential. And they encourage that and help it blossom. They see the love inherent in our constitutional nature and they help it develop and grow. This is the nature of the pure devotee. They see love within the soul for God, and they help fan that flame until it becomes a beautiful blazing fire of divine love, prema. So Srila Gurudev, I was so fortunate to meet him when I was 9 years old in New Braj, California, a beautiful ashram community. And ever since he came into my life, I can say, not that, we're anything special, but the presence of the pure devotee acts as a transformation in our lives. Changes the course of our material existence. So before, we have so many ideas. What are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to be when you grow up? This is like a very common thing for people to ask kids. I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. But what does Gurudev say? Not what the material condition thinks. False ego. I and mine in relation to this body. He doesn't see that. He sees the Atma. And he encourages that highest potential of the soul. And he encourages you towards that. I remember my sister, Keshav Kanta, in 1996, she was the first to get Harinam in the airport. We went from New Braj to San Francisco. In the airport, he gave her the Harinam, Hare Krishna mantra. So she was first, big sister. Then, that winter I went to Kartik that fall for parikrama with my father. I was still 9 years old. I remember how amazing is the holy Dham of Vrindavan. Who's gone to Vrindavan?
Me.
Who wants to go to Vrindavan? Haribo. Good. Everyone should want to go to Vrindavan. No better place in this world. But what should we do in Vrindavan? Be with the devotees. Anuragi Jan, those who have love for Radha Krishna. And in their shelter, Tishtan Braje, Krishna Smaram Janam Chasya Pristan Nichan Samanditam Tat Tat Katara Taschasar Kuryat Vasam Braje Siddha. In their shelter, in their guidance, try to absorb your heart and mind in the pastimes of Radha Krishna and in their eternal service. So we did Braj Mandal Parikrama, and towards the conclusion of that, I had the great fortune of receiving initiation from Srila Gurudev, Harinam. My father received Diksha, mantra initiation. And I was thinking, my father has got the next level. I got the first level, and kids, naturally there's a competitive kind of streak. My father, why is he getting something extra? Oh, Gurudev, when will I get second initiation? He said, maybe next year when I come to New Braj, Badger, at that time. I said, I'll hold you to it. So next year he came to New Braj, and the rest of my family all got Harinam, but I was very fortunate to take this Diksha initiation. Taking this Diksha initiation is a vital step in our spiritual life, but it's entering into the school of what it means to be a Vaishnava, aspiring devotee of Sri Krishna. Since that time, my Gurudev always told me, I want you to be a brahmachari, a monk, and serve my mission. Every time he would see me. So I'm trying my level best to serve him and to follow this path in life. I remember since within a year or two, a couple years of him coming, and so many devotees would travel with him, and also it was like a transcendental world tour, the best kind. Wherever he was, it was a festival. Nam Gokula Mahotsav. I remember nice festivals in Alachua, Jalakar Prabhu, festivals in Houston, festivals in New York, Washington Lake, festivals in Hawaii, Honolulu, in Maui, in Hilo. Amazing festivals, life-changing festivals. These festivals are so important. Spiritual life is joyous, joyful. The hearts of the pure devotees are full of joy. By being in their presence, we can gradually come to taste that nectar, that bliss. And we see that in festivals. Chanting, singing, dancing, Mahaprasad, Harikatha, blissful. Who had a good time at this festival? Haribo. Such amazing Harikatha. Oh, such amazing prasad. All the devotees. Gurudev would say, anyone who helps arrange these festivals, we should offer them obeisance. They're so glorious. Anyone who's speaking, anyone who's hearing, anyone who's anyhow serving, arranging, offer them your obeisance. Why? It's such an important service. So wherever we went with Srila Gurudeva, it was such an amazing festival. And I remember within a couple of years, the power of Gurudev was that he gave us a very clear, defined goal. Gorsanta Prabhu, one of my dear godbrothers, he was a boy in the mutt in Mathura. And Vaishnavas would ask him, would tease him, you should be a Saka. Very nice, fun with Krishna, play with Krishna, be one of his friends, go out with the cows, wrestle, play. He would say, no. My Gurudev said, we will become Palyadasis of Srimati Radhika. Young boy had this understanding.
What's a Palyadasi?
Palyadasi is very special position. Very rare. Something that we have the fortune of witnessing here. You can look at this beautiful, beautiful painting of Srimati Syamarani Didi. A window into the spiritual world. So on either side of the divine couple, these are the Palyadasis of Srimati Radhika, her maidservants. Such beautiful. We should not think these are ordinary personalities. These are the supreme goddesses, eternally serving the Lord. Transcendental form. Not material form. This is transcendental spiritual form. And so this is at the heart of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. What it means to be a follower of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Gurudeva would say, Padab jayos tava vina varadasya meva nanyat kadapi samaye kila devi ache sakyayate mamo namostu nityam dasyayate mamo rasostu satyam. I earnestly pray again and again, let me become a servant of your lotus feet in this form. This is the original mellow of divine love. The soul is by nature prakriti, the transformation, expansion of the energy of the Lord. And the nature of the energy and the energetic is one of divine love. God is the potent, Sri Krishna, and his Shakti, Srimati Radhika, Swarup Shakti is his potency. It's described to be like a fire, and its heat and light. They are inseparable. They appear in two forms to enjoy the experience of divine love. Prem, ras. And the soul, in its highest expression, its highest potentiality, serves that divine amour, serves the divine couple. And it's such a special position that all of her experiences, that's the experience of Srimati Radhika, the supreme Parashakti, the highest transcendental goddess, Srimati Radhika, all of her experiences of divine love reflects within the heart of her maidservants. So this is a very elaborate topic. It can take years of study and meditation and service to understand. But by the mercy of our Srila Gurudev, he instilled this desire in the hearts of the devotees and an appreciation for it. So don't worry if you don't quite understand. Try to develop respect for Srila Gurudev and this unparalleled tradition of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and in due course you can understand everything. But Gurudev would say, unless you understand the goal, how are you going to understand? Not only how are you going to understand, but how are you going to develop greed to follow the process, the arduous process to achieve it? Today we are reading the difference between a disciple and a sadhaka. Sadhaka means someone who's practicing with greed. And Gurudev said that's a proper disciple. It's not enough merely to call oneself a disciple. One should be a practitioner, a sadhaka. Then he's a proper disciple.
Do you remember any other exchanges you had with Gurudev?
So, this idea was kind of instilled, and I remember when I would see Gurudev coming, whenever he would arrive, we'd all be so eager to see him. And we'd all be doing kirtan, our chants, like we were doing before the class, waiting for him to come for like an hour or so. And I remember when he would drive up in the car, I would just have this idea, oh, here's Srimati Radhika's very dear maidservant coming. We heard this story, he was telling, I think it was Satyaraj Prabhu and another, oh, I will not trick you, I will not cheat you, he said. In this form I am here, but I have another form. A truer form, a deeper, another form. As Srimati Radhika's dear Kinkari, dear associate. As on the transcendental realm of Braj. So I remember always thinking like that whenever I would see him. I was so lucky that I would go on morning walks with him and back and forth from his programs, and I was so fortunate as a little boy, he would put his hand on my shoulder and we would walk, and it was such an amazing experience we'd never forget, when he would go back to his room.
You were like that and he would put his hand on your shoulder?
Yeah, many times. He did it for many other young boys, Damodar Prabhu and Prem Pradeep Prabhu, so many. But I remember many times. It was so sweet. He was so merciful. And he always encouraged me to try to be a brahmachari and serve him. And so when I graduated, I went to India and I lived there for the last 16 years in a monastery, in a mutt, trying to serve him under his guidance, under his direction, following his servants under his direction. And so I remember it was there's so many experiences, so many exchanges. But they say brevity is the soul of wit, so I don't want to carry on too long. I wanted to read a couple of his quotes. They're very inspiring, that we've been doing recently. And this is something actually Vrindavan Prabhu transcribed today. Vrindavan Prabhu, very, very sincere, very sweet devotee. And he's been doing this seva very nicely. So it's about a mood of Srila Gurudev and what he desired to do. When Gurudev came, we should understand he came from there, from that realm, and then he went back to that realm, but he's still present here in spirit, in his teachings, and he is also present as the Lord is present. And I want to give one pastime to give that idea of his position. In 2009, in Kartik in Vrindavan in India, from Sevakunj, this painting is called Sevakunj, and there's a place in Vrindavan which is where Radha Krishna performed their rasa dance. Has anyone heard of the rasa dance? So they performed that there. It's a very beautiful place. And there's pujari, means someone who serves that place, and the deities there. So I actually made a video of this. I interviewed him a few years back, and he told this story. Beautiful story. He said one night, after he put the deities to rest, Radharani and Krishna, and he was resting, he had a beautiful dream, like a vision. Radharani came to him and said, I have a service for you. His name is Chandra Mohan Prabhu. Very nice pujari, Chandra Mohan. And he was glorifying Gurudev. He said, oh, my Radharani, Sri Radharani told me, my very dear maidservant, Saki, is present in the temple, Gopinath Bhavan. You should go and give him my garland, my remnants, my prasad. He is my very dear intimate maidservant. So when he woke up immediately, he was so excited. Oh, because he had not, you can imagine, having a darshan of Swamini Srimati Radhika. You're serving for years and years, but he said he never had such a darshan. Directly. Oh, how fortunate. So she gave him this darshan and said, go to this Narayan Maharaj and give him my prasad, my mercy in the form of my remnants. He is my eternal associate. And so he took the prasad, tulsi, garland, some offering, and went and gave it. And first they're saying, okay, he was in Kartik time. And so they said, okay, we'll give it to him. He said, no, I must see him directly. I want to see this personality. I don't want to go through the chain. I want to see directly. Why? He's so special. Radharani herself gave this instruction, so I want to see him. We were all there in Kartik when this happened, and afterwards they were distributing the prasad from Gurudev, and everyone was wild and ecstatic hearing this pastime. So he met with this Srila Gurudev and gave him prasad. So this is just showcasing his nature. And when we serve Vaishnavas like this, devotees like this, gradually we can come to understand their position. It's not a material position. It's a very high position. And such a devotee is very rare. So that's the position of Srila Gurudev. But he came to this world with a mission, to serve the mission of Radha Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I want to share 2 quotes here about this mood of Gurudev and how he wants us to continue serving it. This was from May 11th, 1997 in Watford, UK. So Gurudev is saying that he wants us to give our whole energy, our whole inspiration and enthusiasm publishing spiritual books, granthas. He was talking about Upadeshamrita, the nectar of instruction. He said, when is it going to be done? We see by Gurudev's desire for this, within some few years, like 80 books were published by so many sincere devotees like Srimati Syamarani Didi. So he said, I want all these books, like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjvala Nilamani, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, all the books of Rupa Goswami and all the books of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Brihad Bhagavatamrita, with explanations. So he says, you will have to serve. All will have to serve by any means. With all of your energy, with your money, with your energy, your learning, everything. I know that there are so many qualified people here. And he gives names of many different devotees. He said, you are so qualified. So he said, I want everyone to serve. Meaning he has a mission here. He's not merely coming on some kind of tour and travel. He's coming, sent by them to perform a service, a mission. And our greatest fortune is to participate in that mission and serve him. We should not think that is a mundane activity. If we want to develop internally, we have to serve with our body and senses. Seva sadhaka rupena, serve. Body, mind, and words. And the best way to serve is by fulfilling his heart's desire. Manubhishta seva. Not according to our speculation. How does he want us to serve? And so he's saying very clearly here. Those who are not doing publication, they can help also. You can donate, you can open centers, you can help in many ways, publishing and distributing. You should be very energetic about this. If you are doing so, if your energy is going towards these things, it will develop your bhakti. Sometimes there's some kind of debate. How to develop in bhakti? By our own sadhana, well, I'll just sit in a room and chant. I don't need to do these external activities, or typing and publishing. But how are we going to advance? We advance by pleasing our object of worship, Sri Guru and Krishna, by serving them. So he says that if you do this, if you put your energy towards these things, it will develop your bhakti. Like Swamiji has done, Srila Swami Prabhupada. In a very short time, he has preached all over the world, very quickly. So I am to repeat this. The devotees were chanting, Jaya, Haribo. It's a very inspiring, beautiful quote of Gurudev. Showing he didn't want us to be complacent or lazy. He wanted us to be very active. I'll read one more quote, the same lecture. So he said, I don't know how long I am here, but with great energy and enthusiasm, you should help this mission. This is the mission of Swamiji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Rupa Goswami, and Krishna. I know that there are so many of you, and you are all so qualified. Everyone is qualified to serve. It's the nature of the soul to serve. So everyone is qualified to help. So many nice men and ladies. Oh, if I will tell any one of them to do something, they can very quickly do. So you should try to help me. Like Srila Rupa Goswami did so many things in this world. So sometimes there's this idea of escapism that we should just, okay, let's just do our own spiritual life and, try to leave this world. Ultimately, we don't want to be attached to things of this world. Nothing is permanent. But we should also endeavor to serve. He's saying Srila Goswami also did so many things here. So we should also, he said, we are going to do the same thing. We can offer our life for preaching, for the service of Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gurudev very sweetly says, I wanted to take rest, but I think that this is more than rest. There's a letter of Srila Bhaman Goswami Maharaj, his dear godbrother. He said there's no rest for sevak. Their whole life is for service. Swamiji was so expert in this. To inspire all, to engage everyone according to their tendency in Krishna's service. Those who came to him, he at once gave them service. If they had no qualification, he said, you should take the books to the airport and distribute them here and there. So he said, I think that again, next year we will meet like this, and you can come to India for Kartik and join us with a very big, very sweet parikrama with all the devotees. So in this way, Srila Gurudev inspired everyone to participate according to their capacity in service. So these two things are important, our own practice, our own sadhana, chanting, hearing, taking good association, but we should also similarly use our energy to serve. You have an opportunity here to serve this mission under the guidance of Srimati Syamarani Didi. You should avail yourself of this opportunity and be energetic in this cause. Gurudev said many times, I want everyone to serve like in the time of Srila Swami Prabhupada. And so we should not rest on our coattails. We should be energetic. Have no fear, simply serve enthusiastically. Wonders can be accomplished. So I'm praying to the lotus feet of Srila Gurupada Padma, praying to be able to use my life cent% in his service. This is real Guru Puja, worship of Sri Guru. We should do Guru Puja at every moment. So we do offering of lamp and incense and flowers every morning. And this is important. This is very auspicious. We should also do Guru Puja with our pran, with our life heirs, with any energy we have. Then we can always be with Sri Guru. If we offer all our energy to him, then sleeping becomes seva. Taking prasad, eating becomes seva. Walking becomes seva. Anything we do becomes seva because our udeshya, our objective is only his pleasure. And that is service, pleasing the object of your worship and love. So I'm praying to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev for a chance to serve and serve his devotees. And offering my pranam again and again to all those devotees and disciples of Srila Gurudev engaged in service. We should see them as our true friends. Maitri, develop friendship for devotees. Then we can advance. We learned a verse today. The beginner devotee has appreciation for the Lord and the deity and wants to serve him, but does not have so much appreciation for other devotees. As we advance, we learn to appreciate the devotees more, and then our love for the Lord increases as well. Prem, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. So all of our God brothers and God sisters, not only that, all sincere aspirants in bhakti, we should see their hearts and how they are developing, how they are advancing in their love and how they are serving, and we should offer appreciation, respect, and honor.
So we thank Rasik Mohan Prabhu, very senior, although he started at 9, still he's a senior disciple of Srila Gurudev, one of his first groups. And he's also published so many books of translations of Srila Gurudev's Hindi books. And also he and his team are now in the midst of publishing Srila Gurudev's first tour in America, 1996. How many volumes are out now?
10.
10 already. Amazing.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in any of those, you can see him. So he spoke about his experiences, incredible experiences with Srila Gurudev, how every word Gurudev said was life transforming. He spoke about Guru Tattva, the importance of who is Guru, how he's a manifestation of Krishna himself. So whatever he requests is a request from our Creator, God himself, to us. And I especially love that last quote about be energetic and serve my publications, serve my mission, just like Srila Prabhupada's disciples served his mission so vigorously, without any shyness. So now I'm going to call on Shripad Ishan Prabhu, who to kindly sit here.
Can I sit below? Can I sit down below that?
Well, the thing is, it's hard to see
Oh.
in the back rows. And although